Welcome to another video. In this video we will be fitting a 240 volt hookup to the Vauxhall Vivaro. If you've seen previous videos of mine, you might have noticed on the bottom of my van this little contraption. Now I basically test fitted it to see if this bracket would fit underneath. All I did was buy a set of brackets from Amazon, and these are really for a garden gate, but you can basically get them to fit perfectly underneath the Vivaro, and the bolt holes line up underneath to pre-drilled holes that are in the body. So all I've got is some nuts and bolts from a local hardware store, and that enables me to bolt it into the van. But I need today to wire it in. I'm due to go on a week's holiday down in Great Yarmouth, so we're going to need some sort of power to keep our battery topped up, because we're going to be on a campsite for a week. So the plan is to fit this one, and the reason why I'm fitting this instead of the blue one is because this has got more places to let in water, and I want the connector to be as watertight as possible. And with this one, there's literally only 2 screws, and the only place water can get in is through here. And if I want to, I can add a bit of sealant around there to make it completely watertight if I choose to do that. But anyway, gonna crack on and get this one fitted. Right, these brackets do come with everything you need, including the Allen key. I'll link them in the description if you decide to do a similar setup. One tip I will say is when you get your 4 bolts, because the powder coat's quite thick on this, put your bolts in first, and then just make sure the threads are all clean from the powder coat. So what I'm going to do for each one of them is tightening the bolt on each one, just to make sure that the threads are nice and clear, because it can be a little tough to get these in to begin with. So what I would do is just literally line up the screws and screw them in first, because some of them can be really tight, and then just tighten them all the way down to the like that, and then back them out, and that should clean the thread and it make it a lot easier for when you get the brackets, because you want basically the brackets like that. You put the bolts in from underneath, so that then will bolt in the gap in the rail. So I put basically 2 bolts through. But yeah, I'll show you what I mean once I get it all together. Right, I've got all the bracket made up now. Because you want this facing obviously outwards, it's important that the bracket with the 3 holes in, the bolt that goes through to the van has to be in the centre, and the bracket to the right, the bolt has to be in the top left hole to line up with the existing holes on the van. Right, all there is to do now is drill 1 hole, and don't worry, it's not through the metal of the van, it's just through the plastic grommet, and that's just to feed the wire down to the actual socket. Yeah, the grommet we're going to drill up into is this one here, and that should lead out where the battery box is. So we're going to do that now. I think I'm going to leave this here. I've left an extra bit of length of cable, so if we do want to pull the actual unit out, we can do. And then all I've done is taken the bits off the back which you normally connect to like a tent pole if you're using it in the tent, and I've also removed the handle. I'm just trimming down this conduit just so the wire has a little bit more protection when it's under the vehicle. It's another day. Basically yesterday I ran out of light to actually show you the finished install, so I'm going to head outside with the action camera and show you what the finished install looks like. So this is the finished install, pretty happy with it. So wire loops round, got the wire and some conduit, and the good thing is the vehicle has got a little cutout for the conduit can tuck around into. And there's also another hole ready made for us where we could put cable tie through to neaten up the install, and then that goes straight up into the grommet, which is already in the floor. So the wire comes out the floor just here. So this is the other side of the vehicle. I've made it so the extension lead can actually pull out in case I need to charge anything on this side. But everything's neatly held down by anchor points. Hope you've enjoyed today's video. I'm going to link all in the description, all the parts for the install, and that's including the mains unit, the input socket, the brackets, and even the conduit and any other parts that I've used. Next week's video is going to be on the Victron Blue Smart Charger. I'm adding this into the build so we can charge up while we're on a campsite. And if you're interested in that, do consider subscribing to the channel. Also, if you haven't already, hit that like button, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.